Welcome everyone to the conclusions section of this course. Within research, the conclusion comes towards the end of the process, and the resources and interactive elements in this section will enable you to convey the study's key findings. The end of a research project should be connected to the principle. It should draw an imaginary thread between the beginning and the end. Take an element, aspect, or situation that was expressed at the beginning of the project and retake it in another way at the end, justifying the general meaning of the research work and developing the objective of the text. It is important to bear in mind that the conclusion is not a summary of your introduction. In the conclusion chapter, it might be useful to mention briefly again your research questions and hypotheses so that the reader can relate it to the discussion of your findings, outline your objectives in conducting the research, emphasize the impact of your research and the answers you have found, discuss the why, the what, and the how of your investigation. Conclusions should remind the reader of the research problem and purpose. It should briefly summarize what has been covered in the paper, assess the value, relevance, and implications of the key findings in the light of existing studies and literature, outline implications of the study for theory, practice, or further research, comment on the findings that failed to support or only partially support the hypothesis or research questions directing the study, refer to the limitations of the studies that may affect the validity of results, and finally, make recommendations for further research. In the conclusion section, the new research positioned against existing knowledge is the primary focus.